Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for Psych 5 Social Psychology for Saturday, July 31st. You probably thought, what? He's still back? Well, yeah, one last time here, so I'm not quite gone away here. I always kind of do a parting video there for my online classes, so this is the last one, but also just the usual business of just going over a few things, reminders, clarifications, etc. So let's go ahead and get started with that one last time here. You should have gotten notification from Canvas that your final exam score has been posted there, so make sure you take a look at that. Also, you should have gotten an announcement from Canvas that I did post the final exam scores, and also what I did is I reproduced part of your syllabus in that announcement there, the part that shows the point ranges for all the final grades there at the end of our course here. So I just pulled that right off your syllabus there just to remind you that, remember, your final grade in the course is based on the points that you earn out of the total possible course points. That creates a percentage and yields those final grade ranges there. So make sure you take a look at that carefully there. And also, along with that there, if you were like really close as far as your final letter grade in the course, like say you got like an 89.5 according to Canvas there, it's going to show you still have a B. Now, the reason for this is that Canvas is not calibrated in the gradebook there to round things up the way I would like. There's no way for me to adjust that, and you would think that given all the bells and whistles that Canvas has, and it's got a lot, believe me, you would think one of the most important things, how we display our final grades to our students, they would give us more control over how we can actually show that to our students, but it doesn't allow me that there. So if you are very, very close, and this would only apply to a fraction of you in the course that just cut it really close there as far as your final grade, if you have something like an 89.5%, of course that will be rounded up to a 90%, and of course you would get an A. Just remember, look at your final total points that you earned in the course, compare that to the point ranges from the syllabus that show in the announcement there, and that's what your final grade really will be. Most of you are very clearly in one grade or another as far as the category of grades you got in the end, but a few of you are very, very close. And so if you're just not sure, you want to reach out to me, of course, email me and I'll clarify, yeah, you actually got a B, not a C like it shows on Canvas. And again, apologies for any confusion with that. I just can't change the calibration and how it calculates those final grades. It won't let me do it, and I wish it did. Maybe in the next version of Canvas they'll give us that power, but right now I just can't do anything about that. But I will adjust it, and you will get the higher grade that you actually earned based on the points that you got according to what I've got on the syllabus there. So please don't worry about that. I will take care of that. And by the way, the Canvas gradebook is not the gradebook of record. We actually have to submit an Excel spreadsheet to WebAdvisor and to Admissions and Records, and that's what goes into your final record there. And I do double check things very, very carefully at this point to make sure I'm getting everything right there. And if there is any kind of data entry error, which I've never done, but if it does happen, that will get corrected. But I'm very careful about that. As I'm sure you had noticed, I'm pretty retentive. I keep things in a row here. So other than that, I just wanted to also say here, next item here, that congratulations. Most of you did a very good job, and most of you at least passed the course, if not much better than that. So that's what I usually see in this course, even when it's online or face-to-face. There's always a few people that don't quite make it, or just don't make it by a lot. That's always going to happen in any course that anybody teaches. There's always going to be a minority of students in that category there, because I know it's challenging taking a course online. And if you were taking more than one course in the summer, which would be, I think, really brutal because of the 6-week fast-paced, fast and furious format there I told you when the course started, that's very impressive if you did well, because I had a number of you that were enrolled in both of the courses that I'm teaching this summer, social psych and research methods. So it was actually kind of confusing grading sometimes. I had to remember I had a whole bunch of you that were in both classes, so I always have to go back and forth to make sure I was grading you for the right course there. Otherwise, again, most of you did a good job on the discussions there. I was really impressed by the level of effort that I saw there, so really good work there. A lot of you really put yourself into that and really said some personal things, some important things, and revealing things, and a lot of candor, and I was pleased to see that there, and nice to see that some of you felt comfortable enough to do that. You shared some pretty personal things sometimes, and I'm impressed to see that. It's the kind of thing you would hear in a classroom, so it's always good to see that level of participation in a course there. And good work most of you did on your final literature review paper there too. Some of you didn't do so well, but some of you did a really good job, very impressive. And I know for many of you, as you told me in your emails, it was the first time you were doing something in APA style and format, and I know it's a lot to learn, but it's a technical kind of writing skill you have to have. If you are going to major in psychology, you are going to write more papers, and probably again in APA style, so it's really important that you have a working knowledge of what that is and how to do it, especially the next time you got to do it. You can just kick back and say, oh, I know how to do that. You don't have to fret about it so much. And if you go on and you get your degree in psychology, maybe you're going to get a master's or a doctorate like myself, and it's never going to go away. You're always going to need to know it, especially if you read research articles too. It's very, very helpful to have that APA style skill, and it will really be helpful. Just trust me on that. Having been through it myself for many years, it always comes in handy. So, but a lot of you did a good job, so I was really pleased to see that. And last thing here, I know that some of you are going on to another school now because you've completed all of your courses in our district or at our campus there. So good luck to you wherever you end up there. And those of you that are still on our campus, I do teach other courses, and I have already seen some of you are enrolled in some of my fall classes. So I'll be seeing you there. Otherwise, I won't see the rest of you again in all likelihood. So again, good luck wherever you end up there. Psychology is a great field. It was created to improve the quality of human life. That's when it was created back in the late 1800s, a very lofty goal. And you get to be part of that. It's a very exciting field to be in, and it's not always glamorous all the time what you end up doing. But remember, you are helping people at some level, and it's really helpful to do that. And you will find a lot of the stuff you learned in this course in social psychology, it'll ring a bell as you go through the remaining years of your life there, when you encounter a bystander situation, when you see people committing that confirmation bias, when you understand people don't construe things the same way, or they're just acting the way they do because of the power of the situation. That's never going to go away. You're going to have a much better framework to get that and understand yourself and people around you. And understanding does help. It helps people get along better, and you don't always have to like what other people do or think, but at least you can understand why they're acting that way a little bit more, including yourself, and that's helpful, as opposed to thinking people are just evil and bad and that's just what they are, because that's not always true. There are definitely, quote, bad folks out there, but that's not always the case, and we don't like to be seen that way, so we need to be careful to afford that to others, and to just be careful, not to stereotype, etc. there, so it's important. Okay. Well, that's all I'm going to say. So, again, good luck to all of you. And if you need anything, reach out via email. Otherwise, take care.